Imagine this. Birds abandon their nests, dogs bark incessantly, even the quietest creatures become noticeably agitated. These are not isolated incidents. They are often the prelude to a powerful earthquake. But how do animals seem to know what's coming before we do? What secrets do they hold that elude human perception? The Earth's surface is not one solid piece. It's a dynamic and ever-changing mosaic. It's a jigsaw puzzle of massive plates called tectonic plates that are always shifting and grinding against each other. These plates float on the semi-fluid asthenosphere beneath them, driven by forces deep within the Earth. When the pressure becomes too great, these plates can slip or rupture, releasing a tremendous amount of energy in the form of seismic waves. This energy travels through the Earth's crust, causing the ground to shake. These waves ripple through the Earth, causing the ground to shake and tremble. The intensity of this shaking can vary greatly, from barely noticeable tremors to devastating quakes that can level cities. That's what we experience as an earthquake. The aftermath can be catastrophic, with buildings collapsing, roads cracking, and lives being turned upside down. There are two main types of seismic waves, P waves and S waves. These waves travel at different speeds and have different effects on the Earth's surface. P waves, or primary waves, are faster and can travel through both solids and liquids. They are the first to be detected by seismographs and are often the initial warning of an impending earthquake. They are like the first tremors you feel, a subtle warning. These waves move in a push-pull motion, compressing and expanding the material they travel through. S waves, or secondary waves, are slower and can only travel through solids. They move in a side-to-side motion, which can cause more damage to structures. They arrive later, but are more destructive, causing the ground to shake violently. The combination of P waves and S waves can create a powerful and terrifying experience, reminding us of the Earth's incredible and sometimes destructive power. Throughout history, there have been countless reports of unusual animal behavior in the days, hours, or even minutes leading up to an earthquake. In Japan, for example, catfish are said to become agitated and swim erratically. Dogs may bark incessantly, dig frantically, or try to escape their confines. Birds might abandon their nests, leaving their eggs vulnerable. These are just a few examples of the many ways animals seem to react to an impending earthquake. The ability of animals to sense earthquakes before humans has fascinated scientists for centuries. This intriguing phenomenon has been observed across various species, from household pets to wild animals, and has led to numerous studies and debates within the scientific community. While there is no single definitive answer, several compelling theories attempt to explain this phenomenon. Researchers have dedicated countless hours to understanding the mechanisms behind these premonitions, hoping to unlock the secrets of animal behavior and potentially improve human early warning systems. One leading theory is that animals are much more sensitive to subtle changes in the environment than humans. Their heightened senses allow them to detect minute alterations that go unnoticed by us. For example, animals might pick up on changes in barometric pressure, humidity, or even the slightest shifts in the Earth's crust. For instance, they might be able to detect the P waves, those early tremors that precede the more destructive S waves. These P waves travel faster and are less intense, often going unnoticed by humans. However, animals with their acute senses might feel these early vibrations and react accordingly. These subtle vibrations, imperceptible to humans, could serve as an early warning system for animals. Their reactions, such as sudden movements, vocalizations, or changes in behavior, might be their way of alerting themselves and others to impending danger. Another theory suggests that animals might be able to sense changes in the Earth's electromagnetic field that occur before an earthquake. The Earth's magnetic field is constantly fluctuating, and these changes can become more pronounced before seismic activity. These changes could manifest in various ways, such as variations in air ionization or the release of gases from the ground. Animals might detect these alterations through their specialized sensory organs, which are finely tuned to pick up on such environmental cues. Some animals, particularly those with specialized sensory organs, might be attuned to these subtle electromagnetic shifts. For example, certain species of birds and fish have been known to navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, suggesting they have a natural sensitivity to these changes. This ability could extend to sensing disturbances that precede earthquakes, providing them with a crucial survival advantage. While these theories offer fascinating insights, the exact mechanisms behind animal premonitions remain a mystery. Continued research and observation are essential to deepen our understanding of this phenomenon. By studying animal behavior, scientists hope to not only uncover the secrets of these remarkable creatures but also develop better early warning systems for natural disasters, ultimately saving lives and reducing damage. The idea that animals can predict earthquakes is not new. Ancient civilizations often interpreted unusual animal behavior as an omen of impending disaster. For instance, there are accounts from ancient Greece describing how rats, snakes, and weasels abandoned their homes just days before a devastating earthquake. While anecdotal evidence is abundant, scientists have been working to study this phenomenon systematically. They analyze animal behavior patterns, correlate them with seismic data, and investigate the potential biological mechanisms that enable animals to sense these subtle cues. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for animal earthquake prediction comes from the 1975 Haicheng earthquake in China. This event has become a cornerstone in the study of animal intuition and natural disaster prediction. In the months leading up to the earthquake, residents reported a series of unusual animal behaviors. These behaviors were not isolated incidents but rather widespread and consistent across various species. Snakes were seen emerging from hibernation early, only to freeze to death in the unusually cold weather. This was particularly alarming because snakes are highly sensitive to temperature changes and typically remain in hibernation until the environment is suitable. Water well levels fluctuated dramatically, another sign that something was amiss. These fluctuations were so significant that they couldn't be ignored, adding to the growing list of unusual occurrences. Most notably, thousands of geese were observed acting strangely, honking loudly, and refusing to enter their shelters. Geese are known for their strong homing instincts, making their refusal to seek shelter even more perplexing. These observations, combined with other precursory signs, prompted authorities to issue an earthquake warning and evacuate the city. The decision to act on these animal behaviors was unprecedented but ultimately life-saving. Hours later, a powerful earthquake struck, causing widespread destruction. Buildings crumbled, roads split apart, and the landscape was forever altered. The timely evacuation, largely credited to the unusual animal behavior, saved countless lives. This event has since sparked ongoing research into the potential for animals to predict natural disasters, offering hope for future early warning systems. Predicting earthquakes accurately remains one of the greatest challenges in seismology. While we have made significant strides in understanding earthquakes and their causes, we still can't predict the exact time, location, and magnitude of an earthquake with certainty. Scientists use a variety of tools and techniques to monitor seismic activity, analyze historical data, and identify potential earthquake risk zones. Seismometers are used to detect and record ground vibrations, GPS stations track ground deformation, and satellite imagery helps monitor changes in the Earth's surface. Despite these advancements, predicting earthquakes remains an elusive goal. The Earth's crust is incredibly complex, and the processes that lead to earthquakes are still not fully understood. The ability of animals to sense earthquakes before humans highlights the limitations of our current technology. While we rely on sophisticated instruments to monitor the Earth, animals utilize their senses honed by millennia of evolution to perceive subtle changes in their environment. This ancient wisdom, passed down through generations, might hold valuable clues for improving our own earthquake prediction capabilities. While intriguing, it's essential to approach the idea of animals predicting earthquakes with a healthy dose of skepticism. Not all animals behave unusually before an earthquake, and not all unusual animal behavior is indicative of an impending earthquake. Many factors can influence animal behavior, ranging from weather changes to predators to human activity. Moreover, the mechanisms by which animals might sense earthquakes are still not fully understood. More research is needed to unravel the mysteries behind this phenomenon. Understanding how animals sense earthquakes could provide valuable insights for improving our earthquake prediction and early warning systems. By studying animal behavior, sensory biology, and the subtle geophysical changes that precede earthquakes, we might be able to develop more sensitive and reliable methods for detecting these events. The ability of animals to sense earthquakes before humans is a fascinating phenomenon that continues to intrigue and inspire. While we might not yet have all the answers, by observing the natural world closely, And approaching this mystery with scientific rigor, we can learn valuable lessons from our animal counterparts and work towards a safer future for all. What are your thoughts on this intriguing subject? Have you ever witnessed unusual animal behavior before or during an earthquake? Share your observations and insights in the comments below.